Hey, welcome to the first of hopefully many episodes of the podcast that for now I'm calling Pop Tards. It is a look at how retarded pop culture is starting to get, and I mean, it freaks me out, and I know that it freaks out other people. I can't be the only person that's super confused about everything that's going on. Cancel culture mainly, I really can't get a grasp on like what the real deal is with this. Okay? I just like typed in Google like celebrities who are being canceled just to see what the fuck pops up. And I heard a bunch of shit I never even knew about it. I don't know if it was just a Twitter thing or what the fuck it was. But these fucking cucks on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, what the fuck ever, they light people up for the dumbest shit, the fucking pussiest of shit. It's crazy. Because in the real world, you don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I live in Arizona. I work in construction. I meet all different types of people from different trades, just homeowners that have whatever fucking different job. Nobody that I've ever spoken to has the types of thoughts that the social justice warrior types have. And that's weird, because I feel like I would have at least an idea because of the part of the population that I've interacted with, that I would have at least ran into one person who was that much of a fucking cuck bitch. But I would have smacked their fucking teeth out of their mouth. Just for the outrage, the getting so fucking offended for somebody else is crazy to me. Like, I can understand being like, hearing something really actually fucked up. Like, obviously, calling somebody racial slurs is it's not cool if you're saying it in a malicious way to somebody. It's meant to hurt them, and it's going to. And I could be like, obviously that's a mistake. You shouldn't do that. That's fucked up. Whatever. But just the pussiest of shit, the littlest nothing of shit to happen in somebody's life to cause such a fucking giant problem in their life. For people to like straight up lose all their fans, basically lose their job because they did something 15, 20 years ago, which is crazy. Like the whole Kevin Hart thing that happened forever ago about he was going to host the Oscars or whatever the fuck it was. And he said the thing about if my son was gay, I'd hit him over the head with a dollhouse. And that's a joke. It's a funny joke. It wasn't even a little bit offensive. And I'm sure, I mean, I don't know if the LGBT community or LGBTQRSTUV plus community came out and they're the ones that actually said, like, fuck you, Kevin Hart. That's fucking, that's a bigoted statement or whatever it would be. I don't know if it was them or if it was just guilty white people, which I think guilty white people seems to be like the main, like Antifa and shit. That's like the main section of the population that is professional. Their job is to get outraged for other people. Like in the BLM thing, a bunch of white people, I guess Jake Paul was one of them. I think that's something that I read. Jake Paul was one of the people that was out there looting and shit. And this is supposed to be a Black Lives Matter thing. So I feel like to go out there as a middle-class white person, like, it's a bunch of college kids whose parents paid their tuition and bought them fucking Ford Rangers and shit to drive to high school when they were 16. They're out there fighting for black people's rights as if black people can't handle it themselves. I feel like that should be more offensive to a black person than a bunch of white people showing up like, all right, guys, sit down. We'll handle this because we've fought against oppression our whole lives. White people have no fucking idea what they're doing. And it's very clear. It's very obvious that at least in recent history, as far as written history goes, white people in America have never been oppressed, or there's never been any kind of actual systemic racism that's been obvious against white people at all. So for them to go out there and I know that, like, back with Martin Luther King Jr., with the civil rights marches and shit like that, there were white people there, and that made sense because at that time there was legitimate systemic racism all over the place. There was, segregated bathrooms, separate drinking fountains for colored people, as they said. Back then, it was like taboo to be okay with being around black people and associating with black people. It was still kind of it was a new thing, and it was kind of looked down upon, I'm sure, a part of the population. Definitely a larger part of the population than it could possibly be now. Because now it's like, it's so far the opposite now. I can't think of anybody who legitimately has an issue with any type of race. It's only when it's brought up in the media and even in those I know some of those, the Karen videos, obviously they're fucking racist. I can't argue anything for those people because I don't feel anything for those people, and I'm not those fucking people. The Jake Paul thing, I didn't really read about it too much. He got raided by the FBI, and they said that it was part of it was for looting during the riots or during the BLM thing. So I read about it. It didn't really give any information. It just said that he was looting and some other shit, whatever, some other dumb shit that he did. He's always been controversial, whatever, since the whole suicide forest thing that he posted on the internet, like a fucking loser idiot. Like, how fucking stupid is that? And then he got in that Twitter beef with Chris D'Elia and got fucking destroyed, which obviously, if you're going to go up against Chris D'Elia, get fucking destroyed. That's the other thing. Especially in stand-up comedy is one of my favorite fucking things. I've loved stand-up comedy since I was a child. I remember seeing, like, who was it? It was John Panette, I think. And this was forever ago. I was born in 1987. It was in the early mid-90s. I was seeing, obviously Seinfeld was huge at that time, but I was seeing lesser known just stand-up comics that weren't full-blown actors and shit like that. Obviously George Carlin, Richard Pryor, I heard Lenny Bruce and all that type of shit. So I grew up loving comedy. I loved what it stood for. I loved what it did. I loved the attitude that had to come along with it. People like Bill Hicks and George Carlin had this type of attitude. It was something so awesome to be able to watch somebody have a command like that and deal with a crowd in that way. And they said horrible shit. As far as today's standards go, it would be considered horrible shit, and it was so fucking funny. And it was shocking at the time. Like, Lenny Bruce was considered shocking at the time. But it was legit shocking at the time, and even now, it would probably be considered even more shocking because some of the shit that they were allowed to say back then. They could say words like retard. They could talk about rape in a joking manner. They could talk about they could call somebody a fucking mongoloid. They could talk about any subject they wanted. And people just understood, this is a joke. We're out here just having a good time. That's what this guy does. Or this woman. That's like Roseanne Barr or Ellen DeGeneres. I know she's going through her own fucking thing right now. Oh, she's mean. Suck it the fuck up. You know how many mean... I've been in construction for a long time. You know how many mean fucking bosses I've had? Jesus Christ. And do I call the fucking media about it? Who cares? You had a fucking job. Just do your job and shut the fuck up. You're not entitled to anything. You're not entitled to people fucking kissing your ass. You got to put up with some bullshit, especially if you're some 20-year-old prick getting a fucking internship. Deal with getting bitched at. Deal with people having a bad fucking day, okay? she's a super busy person. There's I mean, it's fucking ridiculous to think that you can go through your life with everybody thinking about your safe fucking bubble that you get to exist in. It's bullshit. It's not the way that the real world is. And what it's seeming like now in Los Angeles is that that's not the real world over there now. At least in these groups that exist where safe spaces is a thing. When I watched that video, there was a video where it was a bunch of people in like a college campus or something like that. They were in an auditorium. It was in a Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, whatever. She was at a college talking about billionaires, of course, because that's all she talks about. And the people in the audience were saying, they would raise their hand and they would say, point of privilege. Some of us are bothered by loud noises, so could you not clap, please? See, and what I said was, some of us guys, or could you guys not clap, because sounds, they overwhelm me. I can't handle it. Another guy gets up, like, about to cry. He's so mad. Point of privilege. Could you not gender the crowd? You called us all guys. Like, what the fuck is this? What kind of a fucking world is it? Oops. It's a fucking word, dude. Get over it. What if you stood up and said, could you fucking bitches stop clapping? Because I'm a bitch. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. You're one person out of over 11 billion people on the fucking earth. Point of privilege. Point your finger up your fucking asshole as far as you can get it to where you're fucking tapping your brainstem and then disconnect it. You fuck. You don't deserve any of it. You don't deserve a point of privilege. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. I just don't understand these fucking people. And then even in construction, we can't even get people to come in now because of all this, the coronavirus shit, the pandemic, fucking unemployment is crazy. People are making great fucking paychecks where they used to make $13 an hour or $12 an hour, whatever the fucking minimum wage is. They were making that. They were getting $300 a week working 40 hours. Now they're getting the $180, $200 for unemployment for their shitty job and $600 on top of that. That's insane. They don't need that much money. That's a drain. Our economy's already super fucked. We've been in trillions of dollars of debt since the fucking beginning. The Federal Reserve just keeps printing more fucking money, so the dollar's worth zip. It's worth fucking nothing. What's gonna happen at the end of all this shit? Martial law? We can't even go back to gold. Like, gold's all mined up, and now it's around people's necks. It's on their fucking teeth. It's up their ass. It's plating their fucking Xboxes and shit. It's not worth anything. What are you going to trade for? Like, ugh. But back to the Chris D'Elia, the comedy thing. I got off topic. Okay? So, everybody piled on the Chris D'Elia is a fucking pedophile train, which is bullshit. Nobody fucking waited for any kind of evidence. They smelled blood. They smelled blood because as soon as that fucking that fucking bitch put that message out that said, Chris asked me, or the whole fucking, it's ironic that he plays a pedophile, whatever. She's a fucking asshole. She lied on social media because she was hurt that Chris D'Elia was fucking killing it. The whole life rips thing, his life ripped, okay? And then this fucking twat said, just fucking out of nowhere. I guarantee it. I'm going to fucking just say this guy asked for naked pictures of me when I was 16, even though I have no proof. So she did that, had no proof, then released proof. Turns out it was doctored proof. Chris D'Elia released all the messages. Turns out he just likes to fuck. Oh no, a guy who likes to fuck people. Oh, gee, put him in fucking prison. Is Guantanamo Bay still open, Obama? Yeah, it is. Okay? So, obviously, he should be, I have been exonerated. He should be back on fucking stage, and he should have a public apology from those fucking twat cunts that fucking threw him under the bus like that. And all of his bitch friends. Brian Callen had his back. Michael Lenoci had his back. And Chappelle Lacey. Okay? Everybody else. Brendan Schaub. Barnyard Schloob. Fucking crying on Fighter and the Kid. I'm just mad at him. For what? What the fuck are you mad at him for, dude? Did you call him and ask him? Hey, bro, listen. I'm going to stand up for you on Fighter and the Kid if you tell me for real you didn't do this shit. Do you have proof? Okay, cool, you have proof? I got your back, dude, because you've been on the show thousands of fucking times. Brendan, that's what you should have done. Why is it that you fucking immediately made it seem like he was more guilty than he actually was? Why? Okay? Brian Callen stood up for him in the moment. Now everybody's saying, oh, he stood up for him in the moment because Brian Callen's a rapist. Okay, so 1999, Brian Callen and an old friend of his, whatever tiger mom, Carol Baskin, okay, they were hanging out. Brian Callen makes a joke about her, you should take your bra off. Okay, whatever, weird, a fucking pervy-ish dude type of fucking comment. Who cares? She didn't say anything about it. He kisses her. She didn't say anything about it. Now picture yourself as a man that if you're getting a vibe from a girl like that to where you feel comfortable in trying to kiss her and she kisses you back. She said in the fucking words, I kissed him back. I didn't say no, but I didn't like it. Okay. Should have said, I don't like this at that point. So it makes it seem weird that she says once he got her on the bed and got her naked, that's when she started saying no. And then he starts saying, you're going to be my girlfriend after this, which is fucking ridiculous. It makes it seem like the rest of the story is true, and then she just throws a lie in to make it rape. That's just what it seems like. I don't know. But it seems weird. If you got raped, would you wait 21 years and then tell the media? Or would you wait till he left and then call the police? I feel like you might, if you felt like you got raped, you would have fucking called the police. You wouldn't have waited 21 years until everything's going great and then tell the fucking, what was it, the Times or some shit? She told a newspaper or a fucking, a news, whatever the fuck. Fake news, It's all fake fucking news, man. So he got that, and then also the same shit that Joey Diaz got. The whole, girls were blowing me, or I was blowing him for stage time. Why? He didn't own a comedy store. He didn't own the Comedy Cellar. He didn't own the Laugh Factory. He didn't own any fucking venue. Why? You blew him because you wanted to. Then you were like, oh, that's kind of slutty to do, but who cares? If you want to do it, do it. If it makes you feel good, do it and don't fucking care what anybody else says. How about that? But is it, what was it that made you say it so many fucking years later about Joey Diaz, about Brian Callen? Why wait that long? I get it that there's something about rape victims. I've known a few girls that were actual rape victims, okay? I understand there's a sense of shame behind it. There's a lot of different emotions to go with it. But by that age, by 30, you should have the fucking wherewithal to know if you were just raped, tell the fucking police. It doesn't matter who the person was. And don't blow a fellow comic to get fucking time. I get it if he's a headliner and you want to open for him. Couldn't you get there on your own merits? Or were you so terrible you had to put a cock in your fucking mouth just to have 5 minutes on stage to bomb because you're not a good comic? And is that why you're still not a fucking comic? I don't know. Because I don't know any of their names, and I don't know who the fuck any of them are, and neither does anybody else. That's the thing. Why the fuck is it that any random person now can just say, that guy did stuff to me, and then boom, dumped from everything, wiped from fucking Netflix, social fucking pariah? Why is that there's no such thing as due process anymore? That's scary to me. I mean, I don't have to be so scared because, like I've said, I'm not famous, and I've never done anything to make girls feel uncomfortable. And I can promise you that, okay? I may have said shit drunk to people, but fuck. Who gives a shit? I haven't drank in years, and I know I don't have any fucking want to, okay? So I have nothing to worry about. I've never fucking dated a girl under the age of 18 unless I was under the age of 18, okay? And no, it wasn't 17, 12, okay? So don't even ask. None of that shit happened. There's nothing there. Dig it up! I was a heroin addict for 10 fucking years. That's all you're going to find. I went to jail for completely unrelated to sexual shit. I went for completely unrelated shit. And it wasn't even drug shit, so that's weird. But anyway, nobody asked that. So, really, what all I wanted to get through with this podcast was I get frustrated watching all of this stuff and trying to post comments on it it's futile. You know what I mean? There's just so much fucking hate to go around on the internet. There's no room for love anymore. There's no room for positivity. Nobody wants to see positivity. If you say something positive, you'll get ripped to fucking shreds by these gremlin. They're like the movie Ghost. They're those fucking shadow creatures that come up and drag people to hell. And drag people to hell, you know what I'm saying? That's who the fuck all these douchebags that comment on the fucking internet are. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, what the fuck ever. That's what those people are. They're shadow demons, and they fucking, Patrick Swayze watches them drag people into hell. I mean, Patrick Swayze, I don't know where the fuck he is, okay? He's dead. That's all I know, dude. But he had some fucking tight pants, okay? He had the tightest of pants. And therefore, you show him some fucking respect. But anyway, yeah, I keep getting off track. God damn it. So, like I've been trying to say this whole time, I get frustrated with all of the shit that's going on in pop culture, and I get even more frustrated when it has to do with stand-up comics. They're like therapists that you don't talk to them. You just find the right ones that have told similar stories. You relate and you see, look at this guy, man. He's out there. He seems like he's fucking happy, you know? If he can survive or she can survive through shit that is similar to shit that I've gone through, I can make it, you know? It's not so fucking bad. So that's why I've always been such a huge fan of comedy, but just pop culture in general. It's all this way because Taylor Swift got canceled and I didn't even know about it. Ariana Grande got canceled. Lana Del Rey got fucking canceled. It's just so fucking weird that just a big blob of internet trolls get to decide whose career lives and whose career dies. And they feel so fucking powerful, and everybody that doesn't stop it is perpetuating it. I would love to see that shit go off in my comments. I would love it. I'd love to see it go off in my friends' comments. Just so I had a fucking dog in the race. You know what I mean? But you can't stop all the hate with any amount of love. There's nothing you can do. Anytime that someone's having a shit time that I try to give positive affirmations, and it's drowned out by so much negativity. It's crazy. And that's what's always going to win. That's what's going to prevail because that's what people want to see. They're fucking bloodthirsty, man. I'd love to see it stop. I'd love to see people just deal with your own fucking life, okay? Leave other people's shit to whatever. If this type of shit happens, if the rape allegations happen, if pedophilia happens, don't go to the fucking news. Go to the fucking police. If you're serious, you'd go to the fucking cops, okay? You wouldn't go to fucking Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. You wouldn't do that. Especially if you're ashamed of what happened, which is the common thing that I hear about those type of victims is that there's shame attached to it. Why not just go to the police so it's keeping your privacy intact? You need your privacy intact in that type of a situation, and it's not. And so it's obviously not the fucking issue. What is it? That's what I'd love to fucking figure out. So hopefully anybody listens to this at all, they kind of agree with me even. You know what I mean? You don't have to agree with everything I say. Obviously, I don't expect anybody to think exactly the same way as me. But at least does the same thing frustrate you? I just want to know if there's people out there that at least feel similarly to what's going on in the fucking world right now. Is it depressing to you as it is to me? I hate to see all this shit go down this way. I just want to see people be happy for once. And that's what I'm going to try to do, man. I just want to look at this shit. I want to try to flip it around. I just want to try to make it into a positive thing. You know, people like, you know, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, Louis J. Gomez, Jay Okerson, just Bill Burr, Mark Norman and Joe List, Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee, all of those people I look up to so much because of what they do for the world. They bring happiness in such a weird fucking way that only they can. Each one of them is very specifically a different type of comedian. And I love all of them. And I want them to be safe, guys. If one of them gets popped for something, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. I can't lose any of those guys. You already took Chris D'Elia away. You took fucking Brian Callen away. Those were two great fucking comics, okay? Regardless of what you think about it, they were, obviously. They had Chris D'Elia had 4 on Netflix. Brian Callen had The Complicated Apes. Great fucking special. But I will say, Mark Normand, Out to Lunch, probably the best special so far this year. And even last year. So fucking good. Right up there with Ball Hog by Tom Segura. Both fucking just chock full. They're just joke a minute. So fucking funny. Do yourself a favor and watch those things if you haven't already. Out to Lunch is on YouTube. It's free. Ball Hog is on Netflix, of course. All right. I'm going to check out of here. We're almost at 30 minutes. Please just listen. You know what I mean? Check out the other podcast that I do with my friend Juan. It's SFU Podcast, still fucking up. You know, check it out. Check this out. Tell people. I just want to be heard. I don't even care about ads. I don't fucking need them. I just want to gather a group who fucking thinks in a similar fashion. All right? I just want to spread love, guys. So let's see if we can try to make Mass Effect take over. All right? I'll catch you guys later.